I'm taking this with me, at the risk of someone thinking I'm a doctor. I wonder what would happen if I pulled on it. Ah, so that's what happens. I wonder what that's for. The third arm never hurts. It fits perfectly. Do you have any idea how we can get out of here?
But Master Larry, why would I want to leave?
Because they want to eat us.
But Master Larry, what's wrong with being swallowed?
Oh, God.
What is it, Master Larry? Good heavens, you've gone so pale all of a sudden.
You...
Yes.
You're even worse than I am.
Oh, thank you so much, Master.
But seriously, how can we escape?
Well, we can't, but that's not bad. It's just about time for another meal.
Maybe we should go on a hunger strike.
But that won't fill us up.
Okay, I'll take care of it myself. I got in here, so I can get back out too.
That's what I always tell myself during sex.
Ugh.
What was that about the cave and the keystones again?
One of the local legends, my dear sir. A cave is said to impart profound knowledge to all those who pass through it. Ecstasy, sir. Ecstasy. But unfortunately, it's not all that easy to get to the cave anymore, and you also need a lost keystone to open it.
I don't think Faith remembers anything.
What should she remember, Master Larry?
Well, me. Her former life.
Oh, gods, how boring.
See you later. Let's give it a try. When my arm's not long enough, there's nothing better than an extension. I can't reach it. Maybe Swiggle could do something. Hello? Could you come in here, please?
What do you want?
Can I get something to eat?
You'll get your food when I decide it's time.
But I'm hungry now.
It's mine to decide.
Bummer. And here I am, always bringing someone something to eat. What's it like being a cannibal?
What do you want to know?
What do you ladies do all day?
The Queen told us not to talk to strangers about that, but to be honest, it's exhausting. Ever since the Queen organized us, we've constantly had to do sprints.
I hate sprinting too.
Everything has to be agile.
You girls look pretty limber to me.
No, I'm talking about scrum.
Scum?
No, it's the way we work.
Let's talk about something else. I always get so tired when people talk about work.
Get a job. If you're a man, you wouldn't be able to handle the job anyway.
What does guard duty entail?
You guard things.
You have to patrol and inspect things regularly. Maybe you should do a cell inspection.
Why?
I could be planning an escape.
You? No one's ever broken out of this cell.
The little guy is in bad shape.
That's nothing new. He's totally sick. In every way imaginable. He tells me about how great the sex is when you have an out-of-body experience.
I mean, how is that even possible?
I don't want to find out.
I'm bored.
Me too.
Can you bring us a board game?
What is a board game?
You have a board on which you move pieces around. Don't you have any of those here?
Can you eat the pieces?
No.
Then we don't have them.
Let me out or my God will send a storm to destroy the island.
God would never do that. She gave us this island. An island where we can just be ourselves. Where men still have their place.
I really don't want to know where that is. Oh, nothing. could use that to hear stuff. There are 2 of those cannibal girls on guard duty out there.
But it's just a phase. I think all of us go through it. It'll pass. But I'm just curious. What is it about men that you're so interested in? They're useless. I've never seen one naked. Yes, you have. I mean, not all charred and wrinkled. You'd be better off focusing on your job. Otherwise, the queen's gonna be so angry again. Yeah, you're right. And don't forget to update the scrum board after your shift. I won't. See you later.
Interesting. Hello? Could you come in here, please?
What do you want?
What are you 2 talking about out there?
Did you eavesdrop on us?
No, I wasn't sure what you were saying. That's why I was asking.
That's none of your business. You're our prisoner, and I'm not even supposed to talk to you.
I heard that you'd like to see a non-barbecued man naked.
Well, we don't get a lot of that around here, and when we do, it's never for long.
We could change that.
Tell me, are you a typical man?
There are many things one could accuse me of, but no one would ever say I'm typical.
Then you're of no interest to me.
I heard that you'd like to see a non-barbecued man.
Well, we don't get a lot, and when we do...
We could change. You mean my tastes or my looks?
Your body.
I still have all my parts, if that's what you mean.
Okay, show me.
You sure don't waste any time.
My shift's almost over. Do it. Okay, at least it's not charred, but it's still all wrinkled.
He's off duty now.
Does he have to write everything down on a scrum board too?
Fortunately, not.
You have to touch it. You should see what happens then. Oh, good grief.
You stay out of this. Well, he's not entirely wrong.
But now I've seen an original. Thanks.
Always happy to help, especially when you don't get sued.
Reminds me of your food.
Now I really want some food.
Well, it's not feeding time yet. But since you showed me yours, now I'll show you mine.
Really?
Hold on a second.
That does look very, appetizing.
At least a lot more appetizing than the other one. No matter what we do with that little guy, he just doesn't gain weight. Or maybe it just takes longer.
My bodily fluids are always in full flow, my good woman.
Ugh.
It fits perfectly. Hey, I need your help.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't reach your pants right now.
That's not what I mean. Can you reach that cable?
Ooh, Master Larry. Electrical shocks. How wicked. And here at first, I thought you were boring. Should I attach the ends of the cable to my nipples?
All you have to do is hold it.
Fine then.
See you later. Let's give it a try. We did it, Pi. Let's go. We can finally escape this island.
Are you just going to leave the little guy behind?
Well, you know, those girls just eat him up.
Larry, you can't do this. You wouldn't just leave him to his fate. I mean, he is kind of, different, but...
I guess you're right.
Leaving so soon, Master Larry? I would have thought you would have appreciated the company of these lovely ladies. And here I was hoping that we would get to know each other much better, much more intimately.
But now that I think about it, we can leave him here.
If you're resourceful enough to break out of this very well-guarded prison, with your help, I might even be able to locate that cavern of cosmic cognition. We could experience the pleasures there together. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I'm not so sure.
Well, if you want to learn more, check out my hotel room, number 69, where you can find a file I compiled. It contains everything I found out about it.
I'll think about it. Keep a stiff upper lip.
That too.
Whew, we got away, and nobody has to eat anyone.
Swingle is still there?
Oh, he'll take care of himself. But what do we do now? Faith has lost her memory. She can't even remember me.
Now, think about how we can change that, Larry.
Think sharp, Larry. Think sharp. Really fatten her up.
Do you want to eat her?
Just nibble a little.
You just learned something from Swingle.
His zippers distracted me.
The thing about the cave.
What cave?
Larry, he said that there is a cavern of cosmic cognition on the archipelago. Whoever enters it gains a deeper knowledge of themselves.
I've known everything there is to know about myself for a long time.
Not you, Faith.
Oh, right.
Whether that has anything to do with the pleasures that little perv is looking for remains to be seen. But maybe this cave does contain some powers that can help Faith learn about herself. And maybe then she'll remember.
Sometimes I feel like you do all my thinking for me, and I like that.
So now you have to locate the cave and open it.
Yes?
And then find a way to get Faith there.
Yes?
And then...
I know really fatten her up.
No, Larry. If the legend is true, she'll remember everything.
It all sounds almost too simple. Okay, let's get back to Kahlua. We should look for that file in Swingle's suite.
Headquarters, come in, please.
No! I said that's lube! It doesn't go in your mouth! It goes, spit that back out! Yamai! What's up, baby?
Have you found out anything about this Larry guy yet?
Hold on tight, Yanmai. He used to work for Prune.
What?
We found him in the personnel records. He was a stripper intern.
Unbelievable. That must have been a cover identity. So he already infiltrated Prune, where he probably stole all the company's secrets. But on whose behalf? Who are you working for, Larry?
He's clearly a threat. Maybe you should eliminate him, just to be on the safe side.
No. We can't lose sight of our goal, Faith. If he managed to infiltrate Prune, he might be able to figure out a way to get Faith her memory back. That's the only way we can find out where the algorithm is.
Right! You have my complete trust and my best torture knife. But wash it thoroughly before you bring it back. It's a family heirloom.
Understood.
I should see how the secret project is going. Hopefully, there have been some results. I'm under pressure all the way up to here. Sorry, my darling. My favorite engineer, my genius. How are the tests going?
Well, to be honest, not as well as I hoped. The motor skills aren't fully developed yet, and the AI doesn't work well enough.
And the sex routines?
They belong to the motor skills.
Fortunately, our test subjects all signed indemnification contracts, protecting us from any injury-based lawsuits.
Faith's algorithm would make everything so much simpler.
It can't be long now, Nari. Once we have the self-learning routine, it will run exactly the same way, by itself. But we can't waste any time. We have to announce our product.
I don't think that's advisable.
Yes, it is, Nari. Something is brewing in New Lost Wages. I feel it. Okay, I feel an itching in my quads too, but that's got nothing to do with this. At any rate, we have to be one step ahead of everyone else. Soon, we will reveal to the world the Pie Bot!
So, yeah, this definitely looks like Swingle's room to me. He's certainly made himself comfortable here. Don't you think so, Pi?
Please just find that file and let's get out of here.
Discreet and versatile. I like beavers. I wouldn't fit into that, hopefully. Why is it called a ball gag? I mean, it's not even funny. I know I'm not supposed to pull levers where I don't know what they do, but... Now I remember why I didn't want to do that anymore. Pretty handy when you can just take one of these things off again. Maybe it's just a wetsuit hung up to dry.
Sure, Larry. Why else would there be a zipper across the mouth?
For the air hose. Totally logical. Locked, and there's no way to enter a code or anything. Strange nubs. Okay, what should I dial? That unlocked the safe. I'm curious to see what's in Swingle's file. Look at this, Pi. This must be the file Swingle was talking about. Ah, it's kind of sticky.
Only touch it with your fingertips. I don't want to even think about the diseases you could catch from that. Let me scan it for you instead. I'll put it all in my database so I can give you the information whenever you need it. Just don't hold me too close. Ew.
Okay.
There. I got it all.
What exactly is in the file?
Swingle has been very busy indeed. These are copies of historical documents from the crew that discovered the archipelago. Diary entries and letters, the captain's logbook, some pretty confused notes, and Swingle has also entered some notes of his own. The ship's crew actually entered this cavern of cosmic cognition that Swingle mentioned. To open it, they needed a keystone, which they found. At that point, the records become a little muddled. It seems they learned a lot about themselves, but for some of them, it wasn't very nice. What they learned led them to break the keystone into 4 pieces. Captain Muffington, Regibald Cockburn, Lady Gobbledick, and the Marquis de Carnard, they each kept 1 piece. They concealed the route to the cave so that no one would ever enter it again.
This sounds like a job for Larry Laffer. What happened to them?
They all died under mysterious circumstances.
Tell me about the captain.
Muffington first settled on one of the islands, which to this day bears his name. But whatever he learned about himself in that cave, one night, he couldn't take it anymore. He tried to sail the Unsatisfied out of the archipelago with a small crew, but huge waves smashed his ship against the rocks. One of them was the legendary Phallus Rock, which is still worshipped today as a symbol of fertility.
So his part of the keystone probably sank there with him.
Probably.
What do you know about Cockburn?
Regibald Cockburn started a family with Lady Gobbledick. Oh, that's interesting. His daughter later took the name Marley.
Wait, that's Bobby's name too. I should ask her about that. So Cockburn lived happily ever after?
He died of a broken hip from sex addiction.
Just what I said. Oh, what a life.
Were you listening to me?
You're making it sound like sex addiction is a bad thing.
Whatever. Anyway, he was buried on Muffington Island.
Probably with his keystone. What happened to Lady Gobbledick?
She mysteriously suffocated. Not much information is available about her, except that she lived with Cockburn. Here's another one of his diary entries. My beloved Lady Gobbledick's grave must never be found by anyone. The dark truth must never be revealed. Only I know the way to her grave. It begins on, the entry ends there. It appears the second page is missing.
I have to find that second page to get to Lady Gobbledick's grave and find out more about her keystone. What happened to the Marquis?
The Marquis couldn't cope with what he learned about himself in the cave. He threw himself into the Kahlua volcano.
Oops. That means there's no trace of his keystone, and it may have melted along with him.
But you could go to the volcano and look for clues.
Okay, so I have 4 keystones to find, and of course to locate the Cavern of Cosmic Cognition itself. Is there any information in that file that points to where I can find it?
A number of things point towards Kofuku Island. Swingle has even entered some coordinates where he believes the cave might be. But even if you find the cave and all 4 parts of the keystone, you still have a problem.
Your battery is running low?
No. You have to get Faith to go with you into that cave.
You mean I have to trick the dangerous armed cannibal lesbians to get an audience with their queen who has amnesia and wants to roast me?
Exactly.
As good as done.
And, Larry, I don't know if this is even a good idea. What those people learned about themselves in the cave back then, it drove some of them crazy. Who knows what could happen to Faith in that cave? Or to you. Cosmic knowledge, self-knowledge, endless pleasures. That cave could be dangerous, too.
We have no choice, Pi. Faith is confused and has memory loss. Maybe the cave will give her mind a nudge in the right direction. And if it somehow turns me into a sex-craved pervert at the same time, then...
Nothing will have changed.
Hey, I was going to say, then I'll just have to live with it.
Until you die of a broken hip or throw yourself into a volcano.
This is starting to make my head hurt, Pi.
Don't worry. I entered it all in your app.
What a blowhard. Not right at the moment. More in general.
You look like you want to explore my love cave again. Then again, you always look like that.
So that's a yes?
That's a no. Thanks. But I'm satisfied for the moment.
But I'm not.
Your problem.
Regibald Cockburn is your ancestor?
That's true. How did you find out about that?
He carries his brains in his pocket, sister.
Yeah, he does. Regibald was not exactly the climax of my family tree.
The stone downstairs in the lobby was his?
Yeah.
Larry, that must be one of the keystones.
Can I have the stone from the lobby? It's really pretty.
The only way I'd let it out of my hands is if I were to get another memento of Reginald Cockburn. Like maybe his legendary signet ring. It's supposed to have some truly extraordinary powers.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Reginald Cockburn?
There hasn't been that much written or recorded about him. He was deeply in love with Lady Gobbledick and led an uneventful life. I once tried to promote his alleged motto as a slogan for Kahlua, but the resonance wasn't there, so I gave it up.
What was it then?
If it moves, you can screw it.
Nice motto, but a bad slogan.
Exactly.
Where can I find the Cavern of Cosmic Cognition?
Nobody knows for sure. According to legend, somewhere on Gafuku Island. I used to drag tourists there to show them the remains of the advanced civilization, the stone heads. They weren't particularly impressed. That's why I don't bother anymore.
But if there are traces of an advanced civilization there...
I call it advanced civilization because that's all we have here. It looks to me like some people who couldn't tolerate the native mushrooms washed up here a long time ago and built strange things. And the founding fathers weren't here of their own free will either, but were shipwrecked here instead.
Somehow a lot of people have ended up in this archipelago that way.
There are still some of the guys who came here for the festival near the cave on Gafuku. I mean, why not? As long as they don't break anything.
I'll inform the authorities.
I still am the authorities.
Then consider yourself informed.
Of course, I make sure not too many people disappear. Nobody here wants any news of that to get out. Nobody.
I get it already. Did you know that there are female cannibals here?
Of course.
And that doesn't frighten you?
Of course. I mean, I make sure that they don't abduct any guests who are particularly well off. But say, if someone is clearly way behind on their payments.
But aren't tightwads usually tough?
I'm not eating them myself.
Well, you certainly made a meal out of me.
Of course, I make sure not too many people disappear. Nobody here wants any news of that to get out. Nobody.
I get it already. Is the volcano still active?
It's actually quite active. That's why nobody goes there. Of course, there are always a few crazy adventurers who see that as a tough challenge. But then, that's the lava's problem, not mine.
Where's there an island around here with a particularly dangerous reef?
If I tell you that, will you feel impelled to go there?
Maybe.
With your so-called raft? Then it's better I don't tell you or I'll have you on my conscience.
I'm leaving now, but and maybe another woman will want to have sex with me.
If she doesn't have anything better to do.
That should provide me with some interesting information. An information brochure about the island. Here's some boring facts about the archipelago's history. Lots of nice photos that seem to be pretty old. And some information about the flora here. A rare, highly bioluminescent fungus which greatly reduces the heart rate when you eat it grows somewhere here in the archipelago. It seems the orchids here are all pretty poisonous. Only one species, with a single blue flower and pointed leaves, doesn't kill you the moment you touch it. I don't even want to know what kind of dangerous animals they have here. I always wanted to have an inflatable crocodile in my pants. Then I'll just grab this energy drink. How's the water?
Wet. You stupid or what? Stick your hand in if you want to know for sure.
I didn't mean to.
Don't care what you meant.
Have you been here at the hotel long?
Are you implying that I've been here since the 80s?
No, of course not.
I have, though. My second husband ripped off this stupid investor and took him for a cheap suite. And then I ripped him off. Now the suite is mine.
You sound pretty determined.
You could call it that. Maybe you do have some brains, kid.
And now you're living the good life here?
Nah, I'm looking for a new husband. Let's hope number 8 is better than number 7, and is packing more in his pants than number 6. How about you, kid? You already spoken for?
And how?
Oh, well, you're not my type anyway.
Why not?
Too thin, too young, too pale.
No, I thought it was because I don't have any money.
Then our marriage would have been very short.
How's the husband hunt going?
Kinda stalled. Had a candidate in mind. Then he went swimming one night and disappeared. Well, one of his feet washed up on the beach. Don't want to marry a foot.
Nice drink.
Straight alcohol. Only way I can tolerate this meaningless existence.
You mean the whole leisurely floating in a pool under the tropical sun thing?
Here's mud in your eye, kid.
I have to get going. Don't drown. Hey, Shawnee! How's the bag packing going?
It's pretty hard when there aren't many people around.
Because they don't give you enough money?
Sort of. Even the guy in the lobby won't give me any of his tips.
That could be because he works for them.
He just stands around all the time, not working. Besides, he probably's just using them for drugs.
True enough, I guess. Do you have any tips on how I can bag pack too?
Oh, you're doing all right with that raggedy outfit of yours.
I beg your pardon? This is a wedding suit.
Your expression's good too. Just a little confused, hungry, and pleading.
Hey, I don't always look like this.
Then you should be able to manage a trip around the world.
Who are these people who give me money?
They're from all different walks of life. I just have to build an emotional connection to them so that they understand my spiritual journey. Some people have real problems with that. They're just not in touch with themselves.
Or they're stingy.
Or that. I came to this archipelago to thank one of my benefactors personally. He founded this new, totally hip cryptocurrency and opened a new headquarters with his employees here on an island.
Cryptocurrency?
I'm sure you've heard of it. Clickcoin? Don't ask me exactly how that works. I haven't been able to use it to pay for anything yet, but it's good to have a reserve in your wallet.
Wallet?
Anyway, they're headquartered on an island that's completely inaccessible. An island completely surrounded by reefs. A lot of ships have gone down there. Some of them are really old. They must have been wrecked centuries ago.
Larry, according to Sir Muffington's log, his ship, the Unsatisfied, sank off a storm-tossed island here. We should take a closer look at that island.
You're right about that. But Shawnee, why did they open their headquarters in a place like this?
For security reasons, they said. It's private there. It's unregulated offshore waters and all that.
What can you tell me about the island with the dangerous reefs and the waves? Like, for example, its name?
No idea. But the coordinates of the island are -20 and 3. And your ship will have to be especially well equipped to prevent it from being wrecked too.
All I have is a raft.
Then even more so. You should put bumpers on both ends of your raft, otherwise the waves will toss you around and smash you against the rocks.
That would be a bad thing. Wanna go with me?
No, I'll let fate decide. When the stars are right, the perfect wave will carry me there.
If that works.
I float through life like a feather on the wind.
See you later.
Okay, folks, it's time for a laugh. Thank you. You're a wonderful audience. Just too bad you're not here. Except for you, in the back. What's your name?
Larry. Larry Laffer.
You sure look like it, too. It's one dynamite joke after another today. Today's the premiere of my new stage show, featuring exclusive new material never before heard on any stage in the world.
Wow.
An orc, a troll, and a Mandalorian walk into a bar. The Mandalorian says, "I roll a 7.
I'll take
The orc
one.
drops dead in its tracks. Says the Mandalorian, "Hey, I didn't
I'll
shoot
take one.
first." Okay. That one's kinda so-so. Hey, I'm trying to work here. What do you want?
Your jokes are kind of odd.
I made them all up myself.
You did?
Yeah, Well, I mean, sometimes I take advice from my team.
You have a team?
Stop the interrogation already. Yeah, I take what I can get. Actually, I copied it all from a joke book. And I don't even have that anymore. I lost it. I had it with me at that crazy festival. Maybe somebody there switched it. Instead, now I got this book about role-playing games. But they're kinda strange. I mean, who wouldn't want to dress up as a sexy nurse or something in a role-playing game, but a mage? A healer? Or a dwarf? Well, I guess I'll just have to make the best of it.
Can I have this book on role-playing games?
The only thing I'd swap it for would be a decent joke book, preferably the one I know. If you can get me that, you can have this Dungeon Master crap.
Do you ever get too old to be a comedian?
Honestly, I've been asking myself that for a while now. This rock star life in the spotlight, it's pretty exhausting.
I thought you were a comedian, not a rock star.
Hey, that's disrespectful.
Have you ever heard your own jokes?
True enough, I guess.
Well, I'll let you get back to clowning around.
Hey, comedy is a serious business.
Hey, Shawnee! See you later. Be gone with you. Locked, but I can hear someone in there breathing pretty heavily. The inflatable guy's valve fits right in the hole. Good idea, but that won't work.
Larry, I pulled something else from Swingle's file for you.
And?
The Marquis de Carnard, who tried to kill the others from the Unsatisfied, there's conflicting information. Either he went crazy and tried to throw himself into the volcano with the keystone, or Cockburn tried to kill him there. Either way, the Marquis disappeared with his stones somewhere on or inside the volcano.
Okay, maybe we can find something. Practical. Hello. Nice outfit.
Who cares?
What?
As long as there's nothing hanging in the way. Try climbing when things are dangling off you everywhere.
Finally, a good reason for scanty clothing. I'm Larry. Larry Laffer.
And I'm Nora.
Do you climb professionally?
You could say that. I just turned my hobby into my profession.
Mountain climber?
Biologist.
What does that have to do with climbing?
How the hell else am I supposed to get to the critters I'm investigating? Some of them are really fast and agile. Besides, I like the athletic challenge.
Good for the abs.
Unfortunately, I often miss my grip and fall.
Oh. What's your favorite animal?
Cats.
What? Just cats? I would have expected some totally exotic animal.
I don't like to take work home with me.
Good point. I'd like to get up to the top of that volcano.
Why would you want to go up there?
I'm an amateur volcanologist.
I think it's hot. I'd love to help you get up there, but I can't do it without my climbing gear. There's
supposed to be a dead marquee here somewhere. Did you see one?
No, I'm only interested in pod geckos.
In what?
The archipelago is home to many rare species, but one is truly unique, and it can only survive on the edges of a volcano. The long-tailed pod gecko. If only I could observe one. Unfortunately, some of my climbing equipment is missing. My sister Dora must have taken it by mistake.
Where can I find your sister then?
Oh, I have no idea where the hell she is now. She usually doesn't know herself. She's always totally overbooked. She said something about looking for a certain plant. What was it called again? Something with V.
Vuvuzela?
No, that wasn't it. Wait a minute. I remember now. Vagina dentata.
I think I'll just bite my tongue. Nice name for a plant.
I'm not a plant person myself. It's an orchid that only grows in one place in the archipelago. It's extremely rare and has been growing here for centuries. But like I said, I don't know anything about that stuff.
Larry, there's a passage in Swingle's file that mentions that plant. Apparently, the Marquis was looking for this plant because it's believed to have sexual magical powers.
If the Marquis was there, maybe there's a clue to the keystone. Do you know any more precisely where it is?
The location is in the jungle on Gafuku Island, and I have detailed directions on how to get there. We have to go to a very specific clearing.
Then let's get a move on.
And when you get there, bring my climbing gear, will you please? And give my love to Dora.
I have to run. I have to connect something to it that needs electricity. It's one of Swingle's, but this one isn't red.
Hey,
What's up?
do you have any idea what happened to all that junk I collected?
Junk? What junk?
The junk that was hanging on that hook.
The raft-shaped junk?
The junk-shaped junk.
I, recycled it for you. Isn't that great? Anything for the planet. So how's that bird doing now?
I had to scrub it for hours to get the oil out of his feathers. But I did it.
Great news!
I set him free in the jungle, even in a spot where there was a female close by. But as soon as he saw it, he panicked and ran in the opposite direction.
That's weird. What a strange bird. Another animal in distress somewhere?
Not at the moment. Would you help me if the alarm went off somewhere?
Sorry, I have a lot of animals to take care of myself.
That's definitely a good reason.
Once you're done at Kahlua, where will you go from here?
I don't know yet. I go where I'm needed. There are still enough people in this world who go through life without thinking about others, always throwing things away, tipping them over, breaking them, stealing them.
Sometimes there's just no other way.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. See you later. The crocodile provides perfect protection for one side of my raft. Aesthetically, this may not be the best shock protection, but as long as it works. Pi, I know Muffington's one of the founding fathers, but why did they name the island after him?
I think it was the only island that didn't have a name.
Well, that's something. What else is here?
The founding fathers spent a lot of time here, and Rigibald Cockburn is said to be buried here. Maybe you can find some trace of him.
And I need to find a way to talk to Faith. She and the other cannibals will have to trust me. Is there anything else you can tell me about Muffington Island from the file?
The island is also considered to be haunted. It's said to be haunted by some scary Sister Superior.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Maybe I can find her. Speaking of scary, that guy back there does look kind of menacing. Hi, I'm Larry.
Hi, my name is Otis. You seem pretty brave.
Why?
I mean, you're a man, right?
You bet I am.
I should be throwing you in our jail right now.
No need, I've been there.
What?
Nothing.
Well, I'll make an exception.
Do you like being in this tribe?
Oh, so. Yeah, I'm not allowed to live in the village. My hut has to be outside.
Why's that?
Somehow I sometimes feel like I'm different, from the other cannibal girls. And I've been a member of the tribe since the very beginning.
And, well, I think you're... How can I put this delicately? I'll bet you got a willy in your pants.
That's not a willy, it's just a really long pimple. At any rate, well, I'm just so confused. I don't really know what I am. It's all so confusing.
You have to learn to accept yourself as you are.
What do you mean?
You have to accept your masculine attributes. I have the same problem myself, but at some point I simply had to accept that my masculine virility has no limits. A man can also have his merits.
But the others behave so strangely towards me. This society simply has expectations of me that I can't meet.
If you find yourself attractive, then others will too.
There is something in what you're saying.
What do you know about the little guy in prison?
Oh, he kinda creeps me out. Oh, he looks at me funny and he licks his lips. And the places he grabs himself. There's no way I could ever reach those on my body. The other day, he made me so furious that I grabbed him and choked him. But he actually liked it. I stopped, and he was really disappointed. He said he almost had a sexual out-of-body experience. Ugh. Hopefully, he'll soon be fat enough to eat, and I won't have to hear his voice anymore.
Can you tell me about the Sister Superior?
The Sister Superior? Better not talk about her. She's always somewhere nearby watching us. If we do anything she doesn't like, bad things happen.
Why don't you do something about her?
If only it was that easy. She especially picks on me. I'm her nephew.
You are?
That's what she calls me, and she thinks that everyone in her family is respectable. So I should be too.
I have to get going. Don't eat limbs unless you know where they came from. Yoo-hoo! Could you come back in here?
What is it now?
How long have you actually been living on the island?
Oh, for quite a while now.
But do you know where you were before?
I only have a vague memory. I was very young, but that doesn't matter. We're living in paradise here, as long as we follow the holy book.
What is your holy book?
It contains all the rules we need to live a good life. It tells us what is right and what is wrong. The book is really old, but it was damaged. Fortunately, we were able to put it back together. But, sometimes I'd like to try some of the things that are wrong.
Who doesn't?
But whenever we do something that is not according to the rules in the Holy Book, Sister Superior comes to haunt us. She makes her way through the village and scares us. I was talking to Otis the other day, and I noticed how good she smells. Somehow kind of spicy, different from everyone else here. It made me curious. But then the Sister Superior appeared and yelled at me to keep my hands to myself.
About Otis.
What about her?
So you're kind of curious about her?
Yes. There's something about her that's kind of manly. Sister Superior can't be allowed to hear this.
Of course.
I'm just curious about what it would be like with her, you know? Is that normal? I think I'm the only one here that feels that way.
Sister, if you're asking this guy what normal is, you've come to the wrong place.
Quiet, Pie. There's nothing wrong with you being attracted to him. I mean, her. I mean, after all, you've already had a look in my pants.
Have you forgotten that that's not necessarily representative, and it might put someone off?
I will turn you off in a second. Maybe you should just talk to Otis again.
I can't do that. I'm on guard duty, and I can't just walk away. And how am I supposed to know if I'd even really be interested in the contents of his pants?
Maybe something can be done about that. Can I have an audience with the Queen?
Of course not. The Queen has given strict orders that she is not to be disturbed.
Why, what is she doing?
She says she's organizing us.
You must admit, that sounds like an excuse to take a nap.
Quiet.
See you later.
Master Larry!
I found the file.
Oh, how lovely! I hope it helps you find it, and that we can then both enjoy exploring the cave.
Of course. Do you need anything else?
Oh, I'll admit I'm a little bored, but I pass the time with my fertile imagination, and with planning what little diversions to try next. Did you know that you could have extraordinary sexual experiences where the mind leaves the body for a short time?
I prefer to have sexual experiences in my body.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing.
I'm afraid I have to run now.
Oh, what a pity.
What? How did you get out?
I was just looking for the bathroom.
Get back in there.
That Wendy girl finds you interesting.
Really? That would be great.
You like her too?
When I look at her, something happens down there.
That sounds familiar. So you're interested in Wendy, she's interested in you.
But I'm really not certain she's actually interested in me.
Look at yourself. A man like you. Your barbaric tresses. And then there's your sonorous, powerful voice. Not to forget your penetrating masculine gaze. So,
you're right. I really am completely manly. Well, maybe I should actually reach out to Wendy. But how can I make her curious about me?
well, you're wearing that loincloth.
It gives me a lot of freedom down below. And everything dangles so nicely.
I've learned that nowadays, people send each other photos of their, you know.
What's a photo?
Just let me take one. Wendy will be thrilled.
If you say so.
Okay, hold still. Let me take a picture.
Does it hurt?
Only if you put it on the internet.
Where?
Let's not talk about that. Yoo-hoo! Could you come back in here?
What is it now?
I have a photo here that might interest you.
Show me. Wow, so this is what they look like ungrilled? Are they all so hairy?
All depends on where you shave.
Well, I like it.
Maybe you should talk to Otis about this.
That's a good idea, but I'm not supposed to leave my post.
I won't tell if you take off for a bit.
Thanks. You're a real friend. I'm just so curious.
Otis can't wait to see you either. Have fun! Great, the coast is clear. This seems to be a recruitment brochure. I'll just take it with me. I've heard that editing holy books doesn't go down too well, although that wouldn't make much of a difference here. The Cannibal Girl's Holy Book. It's a bunch of torn and tattered pages. For instance, here it says, "Thou shalt not lie with a man as with a woman. It is an abomination." Or here, "Whosoever lieth with a man as with a woman, they have done that which is an abomination." So they only lie with women. Logical.
You find that logical?
Or this bit here, "For I say unto you, none of the men who were invited will taste my sacrament." So instead they enjoy eating men. Consistently.
I hope you never make up a holy book of your own.
Nice freezer. Maybe I can do something with it. I'll take a photo of it. The cannibal's prison freezer. Maybe I should put it on so that it slows me down a little. I have enough photos of women. Somehow, she seems a little cold. I really don't want to look too closely.
Larry, if some of the founding fathers died here in the archipelago,
And there are lots of graves here.
sometimes you even think along.
But I can't just dig up every grave in the area. We have to know which one we want. The gravestone reads, "If it moves, you can screw it." Wait a minute. Bobby said that's the Cockburn motto. This must be his grave. No one around? Then here we go. There's something golden in this pocket. I'll take that. Bobby will be happy. That's a strange signet ring. It's way too big for a finger. And what's with that funny little knob? Empty. Just lint. There's a note. I'll take it with me. This is the second page of Cockburn's diary. He described the way to Lady Gobbledick's grave. It begins in the clearing by the beach. The G marks the spot. Then there are some directions. Nothing in there. I don't need that. I have a strong sense of direction. I'm not a woman. There's something written on it. Instant contact with the dead. Please add something that was loved, something from the body of a descendant, something from the body of the deceased. Wax to bind everything, and finally some fine spice. Then take the bag to the grave. Yikes! A skeletal hand! Oops! I broke a finger off it. Well, that will have to do. Here lies Sister Superior Frigid.
And it was particularly bad again last night?
Yeah, I could hardly sleep. She was haunting us until dawn, gliding all over the place, whispering.
I hate it when she whispers.
Can you understand what she says?
Something about wanting to protect us.
Maybe it'd be better if she let us get a good night's sleep. Hey, who's that?
What? Come out!
Don't worry, it's only me.
Didn't we lock you up?
I escaped.
And you tell me that? Just like that?
It's just who I am.
Seems like you're a master escape artist. Come on.
And don't let us catch you trying to escape again.
Who are you talking about?
Sister Superior. She haunts this place.
If she would only just leave us alone.
Can I talk to Faith for a minute? I'll just be a sec.
No.
Faith, please.
Back to prison with him.
Move it, you!
And this time, stay in there.
I'm not gonna get anywhere with them this way. I'm gonna have to get rid of that ghost first. want to have a closer look at that. Ah, the two of them actually got together. I think I should just leave them alone. Otherwise, Wendy will lock me up again. Thanks. I've seen enough. Something's going on behind the hut. I'm not looking to move in. Cozy. Almost too cozy. A standing column. There's a G on the column. That must have been what Cockburn meant in his diary. This is the starting point for his directions. I always thought a G never marked the spot.
You should be proud of yourself for even finding that spot.
It was pretty ticklish, though. Oh, God, there's a dead body lying there. Is that Lady Gobbledick?
Unlikely. Unless you became a mail carrier.
Oh, right. That explains all those FedSex packages. Look, I think this is a suicide note. It's addressed to someone named Wilson. I think I should just leave it where it is.
Good call.
Hi, I found it. This must be Lady Gobbledick's secret grave.
A secret grave in a rather exposed location.
No time to lose.
You seem to be developing a taste for digging graves.
Why does that always happen to me when I try to get close to women?
Fate.
I think I can still make out the coffin, but I'd have to get a better fix on it. No, for once I'm not going to throw myself off the edge. I don't want to brag, but I built a bridge with my own two hands. I'll just sling that in my pants. Looks like a pig had a good time here. Look, Bobby, I have your family's signet ring.
What? That's really it? The legendary Signet ring. I never thought I'd actually get to hold it.
Don't mention it. Can I have the stone in the lobby now?
Of course, but I should first make sure that the signet ring works properly.
What do you mean? So that's how a signet ring works.
Not all of them.
I'll let you know if I find another one. What the hell was that?
No idea. It sounded like it came from the lobby. Kip's probably fooling around again.
I'm leaving now, but then maybe another woman will want to have sex with me.
If she doesn't have anything better to do.
Wait, where's the stone? It was here just a little while ago. I think I see a note lying there now. This time, I was faster. Want it? Then show me what you can do and find me. But I've gone to ground in a place that you'll have to find. Do you remember the last time we met and you were so bound by me? There you'll find a clue. And the other clue is hidden where John sits. If you're as good as I think you are, that should be enough. I'll put the note in my pocket. What happened to the stone that was in the cabinet?
What, the golden thingy?
That's right.
It's not there anymore?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, man.
Was someone working on the cabinet?
Dude, it's the biggest attraction we got. People are always standing around staring at it.
I haven't seen anybody running around here.
Yeah, I guess. I've been standing here for years, too. Can't have everything. But I remember this woman in a dress. She was muttering something about her submarine.
And you only remember that now?
You mean she was real?
Relax. It worked! We survived the waves!
I'm adding the island to the navigation app. Larry, I found something else about that ship graveyard in the file.
Really?
Apparently, Captain Muffington tried to stop the Marquis's plans, but some huge wave smashed his ship, the Unsatisfied, onto a reef. The ship sank as a result, with him aboard.
Which means that his keystone probably went down with him.
You might be able to find some more clues here on the island.
It says Clitcoin LLC, limited liability. A nasty-looking creature. That looks like it's the parrot's feeding dish.
Larry, Swingle had also collected some interesting information about this island.
I have to admit, I am curious.
Gofuku Island holds traces of a lost civilization. Swingle suspected that this cavern of cosmic cognition is located here somewhere.
Good to know.
However, This is also the island with all the death traps left behind by an ancient civilization.
Oh. Maybe you can even eat it.
And maybe you'll start to glow from within.
I wouldn't mind. Ah, here's the path the Marquis described. Hey, would you be Dora?
Who wants to know?
I do.
I mean, who are you?
Larry. Larry Laffer.
And how does that help me?
I don't know. You asked.
I give up.
Don't worry, you get used to him.
Your sister says to say hi.
Thanks. Did she fall off something again?
No, but she's preparing to climb the volcano.
I sure hope that doesn't turn into a train wreck.
Have you seen a gold stone or a dead Marquis lying around here anywhere?
No, I probably would have noticed both of those things.
Too bad. What are you doing here?
Actually, I came here to examine the ruins. They're one of my specialities. I more or less fell into it.
Into the job?
No, I was on vacation in South America when I got separated from my group and fell into a pit. Landed right on top of this gold statue. Man, it hurt. Then I was constantly on TV and everyone said I was an explorer specialized in some sort of tombs. And since I had nothing better to do, I thought I'd just travel around and see if I could find some more.
Any luck?
Not so far, but that statue made me rich, so it doesn't matter.
Wow, good for you.
I'm concentrating on plants now. They don't hurt as much when you fall on them.
Looks like falling seems to run in your family. I'm supposed to bring Nora her climbing equipment.
Yeah, I must have taken it by mistake. I'm such a mess sometimes. I'll take it back to her once the orchid is bloomed.
Is that the vagina dentata? Maybe I can help you get it to blossom.
Oh, you've heard of it. Yeah, it is. Don't you dare touch it. It's very sensitive and only the most empathetic and sensitive people should approach it. Otherwise, it will never bloom. And if it does, I want to be there to see it happen.
I'm totally empathic.
I'm not so sure about that yet.
Maybe I can help you to get that orchid to bloom.
That would be a magical moment. But only absolute experts should be present for that, like me. And you don't look the type.
But I know a lot about flowers. And bees.
Oh yeah? Okay then. There are many different orchids in the archipelago, but they are all extremely poisonous except for one species. You can bring me one of those, can't you?
Of course.
I'm sure you also know that all the others are deadly. Just the slightest skin contact will kill you.
Of course I know that.
Then I can't wait to see what you bring me. If you bring me something instead of lying dead somewhere in the jungle.
How's your relationship with your sister?
We actually get along quite well, although there is a bit of rivalry. After all, we work in similar fields. I think she could be a little more relaxed. She's always looking for the next big challenge. She should stop and smell the flowers along the way.
Like you.
Exactly.
See you later.
Hands off. It's very sensitive.
But we can't get away from here.
I know. I feel the same way you do, in case you haven't noticed. But we can't just play LARP anyway.
And how are we supposed to do that without a game master?
We just make it up ourselves?
Have you ever made anything up yourself?
No. But being a game master can't be that hard.
You also said making a computer game wasn't hard.
Hey, and nobody told me you need an engine for that. And it was the publisher's fault anyway.
We didn't have one.
But they would have screwed everything up if we had found one.
Whatever. We need a game master. And game masters don't just fall from the heavens. Besides, can't even enter the ruins.
We could play right here.
No, there's not enough atmosphere.
You know what? I've had enough. Yeah, we're out of here.
Hey, what are you two doing here? Are you selling pie bones in the jungle now? And did they make you wear those clothes?
Oh, damn, Finley. It's that weirdo from New Lost Wages.
Don't move, Kyle. Maybe he won't notice us.
I'm already talking to you.
Damn, it didn't work.
What are you doing here on the island?
We came here for the Galactic Festival. It was supposed to be a one-of-a-kind event. Galactic creatures, lots of action and music. They promised that nothing would be impossible.
And women.
Yeah, loads of stars were supposed to be here.
They weren't.
Total flop. No stars. We almost drowned.
And then there was the storm.
All a total waste. But we found a few like-minded people here and we thought, huh, let's do a LARP.
I know my way around LARPs.
Well, of course, it's pretty obvious that you're doing one of your own about that old dance film.
How does that LARP thing of yours work?
We experience the wildest adventures in a world of fantasy. Each of us slips into a role, and the game master tells us what we experience.
That's it?
It's harder than it sounds.
A game master has to know exactly what they're doing.
Otherwise, it gets really boring.
Hey, I could be your game master.
Who? You?
You don't look the type.
You have no idea just how much imagination I really have.
You just have to have enough for each of us here.
Of course.
But we also want to play in a location that's just perfect for us.
What do you have in mind?
We want to be heroes and tackle deadly traps.
The more dangerous, the better.
You know anywhere like that?
I have to find the perfect location for the LARP first.
Well, let us know when you find it.
Have you seen a book of bad jokes around here anywhere?
Joe, we took one of those from the festival. A role-playing book went missing there. It sucks.
Can I have it?
Sure. We threw it away.
Threw it away where?
Somewhere out there, outside the cave.
Okay. How come there aren't any women in your LARP?
They're just not interested in that sort of thing.
None of them wanted us to save them. We would have chained them up so nicely, they wouldn't even have had to say anything. Just sit there and look pretty. Like that was too much to ask.
Now, we have to leave it all to our imaginations.
Oh, I had to handle it that way myself when I was young.
I'm 29.
I have to get going. Candles always come in handy. Especially good with milk. How useful. Hi, I'm Larry Laffer, and you look like a time traveler.
What? What on earth gave you that idea? I'm a janitor.
Now, that would have been my next guess.
Will comply.
Interesting name you have there.
You can thank my parents for that.
What were their names?
Reese and Eve.
So what do you do as a janitor?
You know, cleaning services.
Do you work at a school or something?
No way. I'm a freelance janitor. If the dirt gets bad and you just don't know, who you gonna call?
You?
You know it. Will Comply gets everything clean. I can yell at school children, tenants, or employers too if that's what the client wants. Costs extra though.
How'd you end up here?
I was looking for a new professional challenge, so this Galactic Festival came along at the perfect time. So I thought, hey, why not apply in the corresponding costume? So I made this one myself, got the job, and, well, I'm sure you saw how that turned out. Now I don't know how to get back to New Lost Wages, and somehow I ended up with these guys. They told me that they needed more players for their LARP. I've never done anything like that before. But I'm flexible.
And in this LARP, you are what?
An intergalactic janitor, of course.
Isn't that a little unimaginative? Isn't a LARP about slipping into completely different roles?
But why should I completely abandon my innate abilities? Besides, a mop is a weapon not to be underestimated. It's kind of like the Swiss Army knife of cleaning equipment.
I have been to a lot of places, but it wasn't until I arrived on this island that I truly understood the word special.
What?
Don't listen to her. She has a problem with men like us who have extraordinary gifts. As Game Master, I can offer you a great story.
Really? Can I clean up in there too? Really? The best would be if it takes place in a filthy dump where I have to make a heroic effort to clean up. Is there anywhere like that around here?
I have to find the perfect location for the LARP first.
Good. Then let me know.
Over and out. Hey, Smokey Bear. You're here too.
Larry Laffer. Red shirt. This is the man I was telling you about, who opened my eyes to the great truth.
Oh, it's an honor. I hope I too may experience an awakening like that.
What have you been up to, Smokey?
Not so loud. They have microphones everywhere. If I'm not careful, they'll track me down again.
Oh, right.
I had to leave New Lost Wages in a hurry because they picked up my scent. They were everywhere. The man on the bus who kept looking at me, the ticket machine was watching me, and then there was this cat. It was in league with them. I then went to Louisiana for a conference on the secret world conspiracy. That's where I learned so many more hidden truths. 111! That's where I also received a flyer for a galactic festival here on this island. There were supposed to be lectures about the aliens who landed here a long time ago and founded a high culture. Supposedly, they hid their profound knowledge about mankind here. A place where you can discover the final insight into yourself.
I heard about that, too.
That's what I'm saying! There must be something to it. Anyway, the festival was a disaster. I don't know who organized it, but nothing worked. But at least I met these other folks who are organizing a LARP. Don't tell them, but I think they actually believe it's just a game. And that's when it's the path to true self-discovery.
Who calls their kid Red Shirt?
We didn't want to bother to think one up first, and then have him drop dead anyway.
What?
That's what those two guys over there said. I have no idea what they meant either.
But I'm an important member of the crew. We agreed on that.
I don't understand any of this, but those two seem to know what they're talking about.
My real name is Captain Dighard.
Whatever. Anyway, we're here for a LARP.
I could be your game master.
You think this is something for you?
Oh, let him give it a try. As long as I can fight Lizard Man. But we also need the perfect setting. Did you find something?
I have to find the perfect location for the LARP first.
We'll wait here.
See you later. The stone disc fits on there perfectly. The stone disc fits on there perfectly. The stone disc fits on there perfectly. Now it looks like all the discs are in place. Maybe those guys threw the joke book in here. That must be Lewis's joke book. The note is from Yan Mai. This time I was faster. Want it? Then show me what you can do and find me. But I've gone to ground in a place that you'll have to find. Do you remember the last time we met and you were so bound by me? There you'll find a clue. And the other clue is hidden where John sits. If you're as good as I think you are, that should be enough. I'll take that. Those could be coordinates. Here's your joke book.
Ah, here it is. Finally, some quality humor from the old days. There's even an appendix in the back that lists who you can insult with which joke. Here, you can have this role-playing bullshit now.
Thanks.
So everyone, welcome to my show. Everything's good to go now. I have my tried and true repertoire of jokes again. I'd like to apologize to all the fringe groups I might offend. Like, women. This is now a safe space for tasteless humor, people. Here we still make jokes like in the old days. No one here has to apologize for their humor. Everything still goes here. You can get naked in front of people and... okay. Maybe not everything. Alright. Hold on to your hats. A blonde crashes a helicopter. The investigating officer asks her, why? She says, it got cold in here, so I turned off the fan.
I can connect the recorder here. It's recording now. Okay, let's see what I can do. The recorder recorded my beautiful piano playing. I'll take him back with me. Hi, maybe I can use the telescope to find Lady Gobbledick's coffin at sea.
Good idea. Give it a try.
So, let's see. That's Lady Gobbledick's coffin. I guess it didn't really make it that far. It looks like the coffin is exactly midway between Muffington Island and Gofuku Island. Pi, can you triangulate the... what do you call it? Triangulate the coordinates?
That's not how it works, Larry. You'll just have to guess the exact position on the map.
It's a pretty orchid growing there. That must be the non-toxic orchid that Dora wants.
Are you sure?
Only one way to find out. You know, I think I'm still alive.
Good thing.
Deduction. The earring is part of a cursed Aztec treasure.
The only thing cursing around here is me.
Deduction. Lady Gobbledick stole some gold from Reginald Cockburn, and he killed her.
That's nonsense, Larry.
Deduction. The hand symbolizes that she was reaching for eternal life.
Or maybe just that she has a hand because she's human.
That could also be the case. Deduction. The fan is an indication that she sustained a facial injury that she wanted to conceal.
And even if it were true, it still wouldn't help.
Deduction. She combed the entire island, but never found the keystone.
Then you're no better than she was.
Granted, fresh air in a coffin is definitely not a mistake. The hand is empty. There are probably coins in there. An earring without an ear. There's still some wiry hair on the comb. Deduction. She combed the entire island, but never found the keystone.
Then you're no better than she was.
He seems to like those. I hope he doesn't go into sugar shock.
Hey, how did you get in here? How did you manage to get past Satoshi?
I'm a genius.
Ha ha! You definitely have a sense of humor. Wait, you weren't serious, were you? No, of course not.
I'm Larry. Larry Laffer. So, what are you guys doing here?
You are standing in the headquarters of a startup that will change the world.
Oh, what are you selling?
We're not selling anything. We're revolutionizing payment and encryption on the internet.
You have to pay on the internet now?
Hey, not us, of course.
We are pirates.
Oh, man. Docs, don't start acting all high and mighty now.
But we are pirates. Like Huck and the fearless Buccaneers.
We're corporate pirates, so to speak. You must know what a cryptocurrency is, right?
There's that one superhero guy who can't take it?
Okay, so you don't know. We have invented a revolutionary new cryptocurrency. We call it Clitcoin. Our sophisticated blockchain is super secure and makes shopping with the wallet really easy.
The whole financial world trembles before us.
Exactly. That's why we had to move into international waters instead of opening our headquarters in a major city.
They're all afraid of us.
They can't touch us here. And we can safely run the servers that host our cryptocurrency. Plus, there's plenty of room to cool them down efficiently with water.
There's plenty of that here.
Look, Larry, she has to put up with those guys the same way I do with you.
We're still having a little trouble with internet speed, but it's nothing my little technical genius can't handle. Right, Docs?
Gotta recompile the kernel so we can lower the server load, increase the bit rate, and improve the latency. Take about half an hour.
Awesome!
I'm looking for a specific ship.
There's more than enough of those around here.
An old sailing ship. The Unsatisfied.
Oh, I know that wreck.
Where's it moored?
It's not moored. It sank. We lowered our water cooler server right next to it.
Did you see some kind of keystone or something?
No, but I didn't bother to take a good look at the wreck. We're building the future here, not wasting our time on some old relic.
Are you by any chance in need of a competent first officer to join your pirate crew?
You mean you want to join up?
At least he's wearing a sailor outfit.
I believe my crew is already complete. Leadership, vision, and organization are my personal responsibility. Docs is in charge of the technical implementation. So, as you can see, we have no need for any further help.
Hey, I'm here too.
Oh, yeah. Right. We even filled our internship position. And that wasn't easy because we have such high standards.
Think I'll just sail off now. No, I'll just end up dropping it. Hi there. I'm Larry. Larry Laffer.
Sadie.
Any plans for today?
Oh, sure, the usual. Just stand here and be ignored.
I don't know how anyone could ignore you.
Oh, these two don't seem to have any trouble doing that. Oh, wait a minute. Are you hitting on me?
Sure.
Oh, Lord. Am I supposed to be happy that somebody even notices me, or what?
I'm not so sure anymore.
Cut it out.
Okay, if you say so. Well, your outfit is definitely piratey.
LeCook insists that I wear it. He says it's our corporate identity and important for public perception.
You have a company headquarters on an island that is almost impossible to reach because huge waves smash everything, and you're worried about marketing?
He's not too receptive to logic, but I'm starting to get used to the saber. I'll probably need it.
How did you end up here?
Hey, I could get so mad. 2 weeks ago, I finished my degree.
What did you study?
Business administration. So I saw this job ad for an internship in a startup developing cryptocurrency. I thought, hey, that'd be a perfect springboard for me. Then I'd work in Silicon Valley for a few months, gain a lot of practical experience, and if the company suits me, maybe I'd go all in. And here I am.
At least you got the job.
But I was the only one to apply. All the cook wants from me is coffee, and he acts like I'm his secretary, and I'm not allowed to do anything in management. He says that only one captain can man the helm. And then all he does is stand outside and look out to sea with that telescope or feed that empty-headed parrot.
Maybe you'll get your shot.
Not likely. He's only keeping me around so he can claim that he values diversity.
Is there anything I can do to help you with your job?
You can help me find someone else. Don't tell him this, but I'm already looking for a better job. There must be a place where my skills are really needed. I hope I don't have to move again.
That captain is a little weird.
Above all, he is not a captain. I have absolutely no idea why he wears that outfit. He spent the whole voyage here hanging over the railing and puking.
See you later. Hey.
What?
What exactly do you do here?
I'm the technical manager.
You must have a lot of experience.
You know it, dude. You have no idea of the places I've hacked into. That blackout in New Lost Wages a while back? Dude, that was me.
But the power goes out all the time because the grid is so bad.
That's what the powers that be say to keep people calm. Hey, if you need me to get you anything from the darknet, let me know.
Hey, you're playing a game on your laptop.
That's so not true. Look.
You just hit a boss key and now it's showing a spreadsheet.
What? You still remember that? You know more about technology than I thought.
So what are you playing?
Fortnite.
Never heard of it. What's the deal?
100 players get dropped on an island and have to kill each other.
Couldn't they just have a huge orgy?
Dude, you really just don't get computer games. It's about killing, not sex.
I have to go. You're not happy with your job as an intern. Take a look at this. This would be something for you.
Ooh, that does sound interesting. Could be something for me.
Granted, you may have to learn to accept their dietary habits.
Oh, I'm sure a vegan day in the cafeteria could be arranged.
In any case, This is a group that really appreciates female confidence. And where they have a good goal-oriented organization, I think you could really bring something to the table there.
Okay, so where can I find them?
On Muffington Island. You can't miss them.
So, what do I do now? I don't need anything right now, but maybe you can give Docs a hand. He's tweaking something on the server right now.
Why, the ungrateful...
Can I be the new intern now?
Do you think you're up to the job? We are first movers and shakers here, and we break things.
I break things all the time.
Do you have experience?
I was an intern at Prune.
Ha! Way too big. Way too lame. They used to be innovative. But now, what exactly did you do there?
Stripper intern.
Fine. We can give it a try.
Great. So what do I do now?
I don't need anything right now, but maybe you can give Docs a hand. He's tweaking something on the server right now.
On it. Think I'll just sail off now.